Yes, we went close, and I'm of course very proud of the performance of the team.
Now Arsenal out of the Champions League this year, all their efforts are concentrated on getting in the top four at the end of the season. The Champions League participation is usually worth around £25 million per year in terms of UEFA money, participation money, TV revenue. It's around 25 million. If you go on to win the competition, it can be worth 45, even 50 million, which is money that, you know, a big Premier League club can ill afford to lose. Arsenal have two separate budgets each year. They have one for Champions League qualification, one for non-Champions League qualification. Arsenal will not struggle financially now they've gone out of the Champions League, but it have an effect in terms of the type of players they can buy this summer, in terms of the type of wages they can offer and the transfer fees they can pay. As Arsenal's recent half-yearly results showed, they are a cash-rich club. They have £123 million in the bank, and of that £123 million, estimated 80 to 90 million is available for transfer fees and for first-year salaries. So, you know, looking at about 70, 75 million for transfer fees this summer. Without the Champions League, it's going to take a bit of a hit, but Arsenal have a new deal with Emirates, a new sponsorship deal for shirts and naming rights. That's worth £30 million a year. It actually starts 2014 to run until 2019, but it's front-loaded, and Arsenal get their first payments this summer to help them invest in the playing squad this summer. So they've got that coming, and also they've got a new kit manufacturing deal coming, most likely with one of the big hitters, Nike or Adidas. Nike are the favourites, and that would be worth ballpark figure of about £20 million a year. That would start next year, and there's a possibility as well, if they can negotiate it and agree a deal, that it could even be front-loaded this year, same as the Emirates one. It's not all black and white. The Emirates deal, for example, that could be, they'll lose a couple of million for not being the Champions League next year. The move from Highbury to Emirates 2006, initially, that had a big effect on the club in terms of taking away a lot of their resources, because they had to meet £20 million a year interest repayments. They've managed to pay off a lot of the Emirates move. They're still paying it off, but now they're in a very, very healthy financial position, and they have been for a couple of years. For example, in the last 2 years, Arsene Wenger has chosen, for reasons that he still has not adequately explained, to leave a lot of the transfer kitty untouched. He did it in January, did it last summer, did it the previous January and the previous summer. There's a lot of misinformation goes around about Arsenal saying actually the money hasn't been available to Wenger. Well, it has. The club's accounts prove that it's been available. Their financial results show quite clearly the money has been there. In the first 4 or 5 years after moving to Emirates, the money wasn't there so much, but it has been there the last couple of years. So there has been no excuses for not spending it. Arsene Wenger talks a lot about there not being enough value in the market, and he'll only buy players that he thinks will improve the team, which, you know, with someone of his experience and knowledge is his right. But, you know, the fans have got very, very angry about this money being left untouched when they pay the most expensive season tickets in the Premier League, and the cost of going to an Arsenal match, you know, is prohibitively expensive for a lot of people. But yes, Arsenal do have money. They will have money to spend this summer, even without qualifying for next season's Champions League. It might be different, though, between going for a Mario Götze from Borussia Dortmund, who's a 25 million player. They might not be able to go for someone like that, but they'll still be able to bring, you know, top quality players into their squad.